Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey, everybody. It's so great to be connecting with all of you. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, Transformation Talk Radio, and a very special segment that we love doing with the amazing Francine Vale, Angels and Light Beings. That's the focus of today. You know, the show that we're planning to do today is really one that many of us embark in life, and we start to look at things as life goes on. But every once in a while, there'll be something that will happen to us in life that will get our attention to look at life after life. And that's today's show, Life After Life, with my friend and colleague, Francine Vale, and opening up the door for a bigger conversation about that. Now, many of you know Francine. You know her as a metaphysical teacher, personal spiritual growth, healing, and a person that's out there helping people, all things that relate to higher consciousness. And her journey is absolutely, one that many of us can relate to, yet at the same time calls her forward in life. Whether you're reading the book that she wrote, Song of the Heart, or listen to the radio show, or have worked with her one-on-one. This is about opening our hearts, opening our minds, and stepping forward to explore the spiritual teachings that we know of in the world. Today's show, Life After Life, is something that many folks like to talk about, but the majority of folks, not so much. Francine, welcome. It's great to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much, Pat. I'm delighted to be here, and I happen to love this topic. This topic of life after life is so important and far-reaching because it really covers so many spiritual truths. Just in that one topic of life after life, basically, we are eternal beings. And once we know that and understand that, that just relieves so much pressure.
Yeah. And it is really a conversation that some people are willing to have and other people are not. It's not something that folks jump up and down and talk about. However, the minute that something shows up in our pop culture, that is either a movie about proof of heaven or so forth and so on, people flock to go see it. Why is that? And how do we prove that life is eternal? Is it through our pop culture and our movies, Francine?
Well, first of all, I think the reason that some people may be unwilling to explore is because they have an inner knowing that it's real, and they're afraid of what the unknown realness is. And the truth of it is, once you understand life after life, you understand love, what I call the love imperative, the forgiveness imperative, and why judgment is not ours to pronounce. And those three things, without understanding, cause just about every problem that we suffer from in our emotional body. So once we learn that, and we should be willing to learn that, just to make ourselves more healthy, just to allow ourselves to be in a healthier, happier place, it relieves the burden of carrying around all the things that we don't forgive people for, that we hold inside ourselves, all the hurt. And life after life, understanding helps us let go of everything. So it's really a very important teaching. And is there proof? Well, science is actually getting into the spiritual realm coming around it from the scientific viewpoint. And, of course, it begins with quantum physics. And I happen to be working with a scientist right now who is proving he believes this, and he knows it, and he's trying to prove it in scientific terms that our consciousness affects everything. So that means if we can send that out a little bit, how we feel inside about ourselves affects how we're going to be in the world. How we see the world affects how we feel about ourselves inside. Our consciousness is affecting everything in our life. So I'm here to raise the consciousness and help you understand why it's so important to forgive, why it's so important not to judge, and why it's so important to just be in a place of love.
Yeah. You know, this is really the conversation of love versus fear. And how could we not talk about this without talking about fear?
What is the last word that you said? I didn't hear it.
Without talking about
yes,
fear.
Fear.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, love is one thing to talk about, and it seems to be an amazing antidote for so many things. But, you know, what is underneath this? And almost everything that, you know, we look at in our lives that holds us back can really point to fear, right?
Yes,
and so
absolutely.
how does the conversation of fear fit in to the conversation of life after life?
The only way it can fit in is to trust the person that you're speaking to, that you're listening to, and open yourself up, because what you have now may not be working so well. And this is a way to overcome that which is not working so well in your life. And I was just tested this morning. I received an email from someone who, as soon as I read it, I can tell they are still living in the old paradigm of holding on to every wound and every hurt from all the way back to their early childhood, and still blaming people and still judging people. And that's very hurtful. This person has suffered because of it and does not see the connection. So I offer the opportunity to work with me and heal from all those wounds very quickly. It happens very quickly, because life is eternal. We are just now in the lowest form of life in terms of physicality. When we pass over, we no longer have the physicality, yet we still are who we are. And the learning and the experiencing continues even in the form without physical. So that means it takes longer. Here, where we have a physical body and we're living in a physical dimension, we can learn very quickly. Just look at all the things that are available to us. We can go to a library down the block. You know, we can go to our internet. We can, before the internet, there's just so many opportunities to learn. There's travel, there's books, and people to talk to, neighbors, people with all different ideas, and we influence one another, we inspire one another from all of this different backgrounds that we meet as we meet other people. And so life after life, you don't have that option. You will go to the highest place that you can go to in the light. So if you are still blaming people and judging people, filled with anger and fear and all of that, there's a limit to where you can go in the light. You will be in a narrow frame of consciousness, a consciousness of anger and fear, lack of forgiveness, very strong judgment against others. And that narrow band of consciousness is filled with other souls, I should say spirit people. They look just like themselves, but they are not physical, sort of not even shadowy. They really have a look of a person. But the thing is, they will not bring you any inspiration because their consciousness is exactly like yours. And so everyone in that band of consciousness is living within that narrow band without any way to expand and to learn and grow. There's nothing there to help them except the passage of time. And in the higher realms, there is no time, timeless. And so it can go on for a very long time. In our terms, it could be hundreds of years before the spirit will learn what they needed to learn on Earth. And they could have learned, you know how we have an aha moment, like that moment where we get something? That doesn't happen. When you're in a narrow band of consciousness, you can wait hundreds of years for that aha moment. Whereas here, if you're willing to open yourself up to other people and ideas and ways of being, you can have that moment at any time. You can have a lot of them. And so in that narrow band of consciousness, souls will exist with others, and yet they are still in a place of love. The light may not be shining as brightly, but it's there. Wherever we are in the light, because the light is everything. The light is life. And so you are in the light, but you don't feel it to the extent that you are capable of feeling it if you raise your frequency. And so here, the frequency of each person may not be so apparent. But in the higher realms, it's very apparent. That's one of the differences. That's why it's so important to learn and grow as much as we can here. And here I am teaching, and there are many other people teaching the higher spiritual concepts. That's what spirituality is for, to make our lives better, to give us a better way of dealing with the things that happen that are hurtful. Once we start to go on that path, we don't want to get off it because we realize how extraordinary it is. So if someone tries to hurt you and you are not aware of spiritual teachings and you are in a consciousness that tells you to judge, to be angry, then you will be hurt. And you'll be hurt very badly. And you'll express that hurt by striking out at other people. As you grow, you begin to understand that the person that's hurting you is hurting inside themselves. Yeah. They don't know what to do with it. Yeah. And so you learn to forgive. And this is a very slow process. It doesn't usually happen overnight. Even if you're listening to this program, it took you on a path to get to the place where you want to listen to these programs and hear these things, you know? And so life after life is crucial to understand. I mean, I've taught this in classes of 3 sessions of 3 hours each, 9 hours. And then I've also taught it in one seminar of 5 hours. There's just so much to cover. But I'm trying to get to the thumbnail of it in this hour that we have.
And and part of this is when we look at all of this, it's looking at the many layers of things. We have so much to talk about here. Mr. Benny, why don't we take a short break? And we are taking callers today, 1-800-930-2819. We'll be right back.
Inside my skin, there is this space. It twists and turns. It bleeds and aches.
Transformation Talk Radio is dedicated to the education and awareness of Lyme disease.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Lyme Talk Radio. I'm Dr. Pat, joined here by
Dr. Nusheen Darvish.
Dr. Pat Basili and Dr. Nusheen Darvish will be bringing the most innovative, groundbreaking information, research, treatment innovations, and stories from those it affects every day.
I'm so excited to be talking about this.
We have so much to share.
Dr. Darvish and I are planning to do is connect the dots.
People suffering with all sorts of chronic diseases, it's time. It is time for them to transform.
Tune into Lyme Talk Radio and help keep our mission strong.
For the loyal listeners out there that have been listening to this incredible show on Lyme disease, we are not going to let you down. We're going to come through stronger and enrich the platform for Lyme disease awareness through Lyme Talk Radio. The message will continue, the conversations will become stronger, and the healing epic. Hey everyone, meet my friends at the maca team. The ancient Inca root vegetable maca is known worldwide for its huge array of health benefits. As a family-run company of true maca specialists, the maca team is here to bring you the best maca the Peruvian mountains has to offer. Yellow maca, used to promote endurance, vitality, fertility, hormone health, and much more, is on sale now. I love it. Visit themacateam.com to order yours now. Themacateam.com.
Are you searching? Looking for a sign? A message you need to hear? From the great unknown? From the most mysterious place that is the most familiar to your soul in the depths of who you are. The universe put someone here to talk to, someone God gave a blessing to, that you may find insight with. TheAngelLady.net. 1-800-323-1790. 1-800-323-1790.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
There are so many resources out there for meditation. But did you know that Atana's Heart Earth Healing Meditation is available for you for free? Yes, that's right. You can receive this free healing meditation today from Atana Badili. All you need to do is visit his website, atanamethod.com. That's ATAANA method.com, and sign up. You will receive your free meditation instantly. That's atanamethod.com.
Are you ready for a game changer? Sarah Westall is bringing you Business Game Changers Radio. Sarah brings you leading experts, visionaries, and newsmakers who provide the best commentary on big issues and cutting-edge innovations. Sarah's 20 years as a business executive will help you think like an entrepreneur with expertise, energy, and attitude. Tune in to Business Game Changers Mondays at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's so great to have Francine joining us here today. And for those of you that are tuning in, I do want all of you to know, yes, we have opened up the phone lines for people that would like to get some help from Francine today at the show. Rita, we are going to get to you in a minute. Francine, please let folks know how they can find out more about you. And I would love for you to finish what you were talking about before, and then we'll go right to the phones to chat with Rita.
Sure. Well, you're welcome to friend me on Facebook. That's always fun. And you can find me on angelsandlightbeings.com and FrancineVale.com. And let me know. Stay in touch. I also have an email if you're interested in writing to me, FrancineAngelHealer@gmail.com. And I'd like to also let you know that I just finished the YouTube series that I'm posting on Facebook. So Facebook is an easy way to stay connected. A lot of people who listen on the show have friends with me on Facebook. Very, very much fun. So
totally.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Now, before we go to the phones to chat with Rita, or maybe you want to chat with Rita first, and then we can come back to the conversation.
Oh, whatever you like.
Let's go. Rita, Mr. Benny, let's bring Rita on.
She's there. Go ahead.
Hey, Rita, welcome to the show.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. How can we help you today?
I wanted to talk to Francine,
Sure.
my girlfriend and partner. The love of my life has an undiagnosed illness. It's either mold or Lyme. And she's been sick for years, and we were just kind of at a crossroads here. We can't figure out which one it is or if it's both. And she just wants to die or sleep her life away at the moment. And I am getting over Lyme disease myself, and I have been doing angel healing on her, and I know I'm supposed to be okay with whatever she does, but if her brain isn't working right, I feel like I need to protect her. And I am such at a crossroads in my life right now, whether I can't leave this person in this state, but I can't keep doing it and not taking care of myself.
Okay, Rita. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, and you do need comfort. And let me just say that we do not understand why these things happen, how it happens, and we just don't understand that. But I can tell you that life is eternal, and love is the connection. Love is the biggest connection there is. It transcends life here and life in the higher realms. And generally speaking, when that love connection is very strong, the communication never ends. So within minutes or hours after a person passes, they're able to come back and speak to us. And this happens because of the love connection. And this has happened down through the millennia. People generally do not talk about it in public, but it is very well known. And the best thing that you can do now is exactly what you're doing, the angel healing. You might want to call in a professional healer if you would like to do that. And pray. Pray for grace. Yeah. Pray for kindness and healing so that the transition is easier. If you'd like to write to me after, you're very welcome to. But know that life is eternal. This is only one little section of our eternal life. We're always either here or in the higher realm, one or the other. We don't disappear. Once a soul is created, it's created for eternity. And so the soul is a life, so it's a life force.
So should I just let her have free will and do what she wants? Should I don't know what to do. If I just sending her love and light and praying for her, but no action, no.
It's hard for me to hear you exactly. Is your friend in the hospital or is she home?
No, she's home. I'm her caregiver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're caring for her every day.
Yeah,
that is an act of love, and that I wish you would friend me, because I have the YouTube that I did about people coming back. I describe it, and you would be comforted by that. And so
I believe in that. I mean, I
yes.
don't doubt that, and their
yes.
connection was so strong. I mean, it is still, but this point in our relationship is, it
changes.
So
the relationship changes, and you can't imagine how you're going to live without that person right here with you. And the person, in a way, it can be even closer to you afterwards because there are no limitations. It's a person who lives with love and kindness and goodness, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was such a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
She's just not
So
even
what
the
you
same
can
person
do
anymore.
Yeah. You know, Rita, let me
That's
say
okay.
this to you. I experienced something very similar. And I want to say that I was on the not so well end of it, and perhaps in the same place your partner is in today. So I really know from her end of it what it's like. And I sit here today because in my life, I had absolutely someone that cared the way that you care, my best friend of today, who Francine actually knows, and others. And I also know how difficult it is to watch someone go through that pain of having a diagnosis or an illness or whatever we want to call it that has literally changed their lives and not know what to do about it. And I think you said earlier on the show that you weren't sure what the diagnosis was. Did you say that? Or did I make that up?
You go to
Rita?
one doctor and it's mold and it's no. Can you hear me?
Yeah. One doctor says it's mold, and the other doctor said it's...
I mean, it could be mold, it could be Lyme, but there's no definitive yet. We're just starting to get to the root of it, but the doctor said that even if she, either one of them is going to be a long journey out of it, and she's so sick right now.
Okay, so why don't you write to me, and I will work with her, from a distance, and look into it and see what I can do. But it is incredibly emotional, and what you are doing is exactly what you should be doing. You're with her, loving her, caring for her. That is the highest, the absolute highest devotion that we can do. And in that process, you exchange a lot of thoughts and feelings, and that is a great service that you do. And we want to help you overcome the fear, because the fear is really the opposite of love. So you're in a constant battle between being frightened and loving. And so you want to move more fully into the love and let go of the fear. And I can do that. I can help you with that. It's a lot. And, it's hard to do it all in this short period of time on the radio. That's why I highly suggest to you that you send me an email, Francine, angelhealer@gmail.com, and let's see what we can do to help you. Okay?
Okay.
The other thing I want to say to you as well, I mean, if you're looking to get consultation and you're looking to get consultation for your friend, just call Dr. Darvish. I mean, I don't know if you've heard me talk about Dr. Darvish out here in Seattle, but she is one of the premier natural physicians for Lyme disease in the world, actually. And if you call her office, say, Dr. Pat asked me to call for a consult. And, she's somebody other than the people you're in front of to talk with that knows probably more about Lyme disease and curing it than most people. But not having a diagnosis is exactly what I went through for years. And it was just called mystery. Yeah. But Francine is going to help you get some energy, emotional, and spiritual relief.
Yes.
And
so
the
I
role...
think yes, Dr. Pat is making an excellent suggestion to you, and I fully support it. I think you should make that phone call, definitely.
Make that phone call.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the other thing I want to say to you is sometimes we have to get out of, the locality of the people we're working with. I mean, it's no mistake you called into this show today about this. There's no mistake about that. Right?
I also want to say it's very important that someone in your situation, and there are many, many people, and I've been there too, what we need is a support system. Yep. So it's not just finding one person. You need a couple of people 2 or 3 people to be your support system.
Totally.
And this, yes. So definitely follow Dr. Pat's advice. I think that's wonderful. And it is a blessing that you called and you can receive that advice. And I am here for the spiritual, emotional support. Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back.
The Doctor is in. Tune in to the hit show, The Psychic Love Doctor, with host Deborah Lee. Deborah's life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. Join Deborah Fridays at 2 p.m. Pacific, and for a special broadcast the second Thursday of every month at 11 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Wow. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. I'm telling you, I got to pinch myself some days, because when each of us gets called to do something that we so not thought was in our wheelhouse to do for a purpose that's so much greater than us, we get to show up and shine.
If you would like to show up and shine on the Dr. Pat Show as a co-host or sponsor, send us an email to inspire@thedrpatshow.com.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Pat. The ancient Inca root vegetable maca is world-renowned for its wide array of health benefits. As a family-run company of true maca specialists, the maca team's mission is to provide you with fresh, organic, premium quality maca powders at a fair price. Amazing. All of the products are always organically grown, fair-traded, GMO-free, fresh, and potent. So don't take my word for it. Experience the life-changing benefits of maca today. Visit themacateam.com. Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests.
Do you want to achieve your goals? Do you want to strengthen relationships with others? Do you want to improve your financial status? Colette Marie Steffen is partnering with Mark Kettenbach to bring you an energetic upgrade online experience. Unfold and develop your full potential. Visit energeticupgrade.com today for more information. That's energeticupgrade.com.
Wow. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's great to have all of you tune us in and turn us on. Thank you for joining us. Francine Vale is here today. Francine, before we kind of jump ahead, I think it's really important to give out your contact information again, give out your email, and give out your website again, because I know once you and I get talking about this, we're going to probably just keep on rolling.
Okay. So get in touch with me through my email, FrancineAngelHealer@gmail.com, and you can look at angelsandlightbeings.com website, and you can also go to my Facebook page and friend me there. So those are the choices, and I'd love to hear from you. I'm very happy to offer my help in every way that I can. So
awesome. Well, we're talking about something that is on the minds of so many people, even though we don't like to admit it. We're talking about life after life. and what that means. So, what if I said all spiritual teachings relate to life after life? What if that's something that Francine has explored deeply? Well, here's the conversation now. If we believe and we look at life after life, then what is it that helps us to stay connected with those that have moved on? And do we speak with them, Francine? Do we not? How do we feel their presence? Because I know Linda's mother talks to me all the time, but she doesn't talk to me. I will find a penny heads up in places you can't believe. That's Joan.
Yeah.
So tell us about this communicating.
Well, what you just described is one of the ways that they communicate with us. It's very personal and different for each person. One person might park their car behind another car and see the license plate with the name or the initials or a word that they had with that person who passed. That happens quite a lot. Somebody was writing to me who lost their brother, and within 48 hours, wherever they went, they saw a license plate with some sign of the brother. And they weren't sure if they were losing their mind or if that was real. And it's real. Spirit can do things like that, using technology, using electricity. When you're in the room at home, in your bedroom, and the light is on, and you're thinking about them, the light might blink. That's not an accident. You have to be very sensitive to these different signs. Sometimes you smell the perfume of the woman, or tobacco smoke. This was a man who smoked, or their essence. You feel it. Sometimes it's just you thinking of that person is a sign. That alone, you're doing something, and all of a sudden you're thinking about this person that you love who passed over. That's a sign that they're with you. You might be doing something that you did with them, or that they like to do, or that they're interested in. And so you feel their presence. And so there are many ways that Spirit communicates with us. And there are also, of course, there are psychic mediums, and you'll get a very long conversation. But the way Spirit communicates with us on a personal level is not always a long conversation. Sometimes it's just one word or one phrase or one little thing that happens, like the penny. It's just reassurance that you know that they are with you. And always, always stay in the light. If you feel the presence of Spirit around you, a loved one who has passed over, immediately surround yourself with light. Do that. And that's the equivalent of having someone you love next to you and pulling up a cozy quilt around you to envelop you together in this little warm space. So don't be in a place of fear. Be in a place of love. And even if it's someone who hurt you in your life, you loved each other, but they hurt you, and you had this. A lot of times it happens with a parent, it happens with a spouse, and it happened to me. My mother and father were always in the light, and everything was always loving with them. My husband was different. And when he came back, within an hour after he passed, after not being that nice to me for a long time, the first thing he said was, "I love you, honey. Honey, I love you." And he kept coming back. "Franny, baby, I love you." All of this over and over and over again. And I kept saying to him, "Now you tell me, now you tell me," because I was upset with him. But he kept coming back because he had to. He had to begin right away to make amends. And so it's actually a good thing when we let spirits come into our lives without being afraid, because they need to come back. They need to let us know that they're okay, that they love us, that they're sorry for what happened, this or that, the other thing that happened that wasn't very pleasant. And we need to let them do that. But in order to do that, we have to be in a place of love and light, really, truly, literally, in a place of love and light. That's why the life after life teachings are so important, because you learn about forgiveness. Once my husband came back, he kept coming back and saying, "Franny, baby, I love you," and saying it in many different ways, showing himself to me the way he looked when he was 19 when we first met. That alone was such a healing that it cannot be described in words. I immediately had no choice but to forgive. And I had worked on forgiveness before he passed. I worked, believe me, I know about it, and I worked diligently on having all kinds of ceremonies with spirit guides about forgiveness. But yet when he came back and insisted on coming back, no matter how I sent him away, I was healed in a way that could never have happened here unless he changed his personality, which he wasn't going to do. So this communication is very, very important. It allows us to heal from wounds that no matter how far we go with it here, the third dimension, it can heal us even more when spirit comes back to help us. And then, of course, I do a shamanic journey, which brings you soul to soul with the person who passed over, and then you are with them in the higher realms. That is incredibly, incredibly healing. People who had, I can tell you that people who were abused by their fathers, abused by their mothers, whatever the terrible situation was, when they have the shamanic journey and they see their parents face to face in their soul light with their body language, embracing them, and so on, it always shows that the person really loved you. They really loved us. They just couldn't get there. They couldn't express it. They had problems in their life that they didn't share with us. There are different reasons. They were so sorry once they passed over. They're so happy to be able to tell you that. And so I have experienced that with hundreds of people. And so I could accept in one case where a client had been raped, and the person, she wants to see that person who raped her. And he came to see her soul to soul in the shamanic journey, but he had a spirit guide like a handler on each side of him who actually brought him. And he did not come close. But she was able to tell him how he had hurt her. And that was very, very healing for her, and probably was healing to him. But otherwise, every single soul that comes to meet us is only wanting to heal themselves and heal us. So it's very, very big teaching. It brings tears to my eyes, and I remember these different events because it's so deep. It's so deep.
Yeah,
but
we get so connected. We
Yes.
get so connected. I mean, that's part of it. We get so connected. And, you know, the fact that we get so connected, you know, is that we have this thing that seems so unresolved, right?
Yes.
And
There are
so
always
let's talk
unresolved
about
issues.
that.
Yes. The unresolved issues linger, and they can be resolved. And souls, once they pass over, they want to resolve it instantly. Because as soon as, and my husband was the last person that I would ever expect to do this. He was not spiritual. He lived with me, but he did not listen to anything I said. He did not want to hear it, waved me away, and didn't want to come to any of my meetings or my seminars. And yet, I loved him very much. And so once he passed, that love connection that I held on to allowed him to come back. But in an instant, he came back to apologize. In an instant. That's pretty remarkable, pretty remarkable. And so I've learned a lot through my work with other people, and I've learned a lot from my own experience. And Spirit has taken me to the other side. I visited my husband on the other side. And I went several times and saw him where he is, and so I could talk about it. And then I was advised not to go there anymore because it wasn't healthy for me, because the energy there was lower than my energy, and it was not going to be good for me to keep going. But I learned a lot from the times I went. And so this is what I'm teaching. And so it is so crucial. I say to each person who is listening, as if you are my very best friend sitting with me, it is crucial that we forgive. It is crucial that we stop judging one another, understanding that the other person has their own wounds that they are trying to live through, is crucial. That forgiveness, that lack of judgment, letting go of judgment, allows for this communication to proceed after the person passes on, or even after we ourselves pass on. You know, we want to be forgiven too. We cannot visit a person who is holding a block, a wall against us. That's why the forgiveness is so important. So important. And I have gone in the past in my life to psychic mediums, and some of it has been satisfying, and some of it I wondered, maybe they're just psychic and they're reading my mind, and it's not really the person. I always had my doubts. So it's really, really important for us to feel free enough to have our own communication in the light, in love. And then we know for sure, and the proof of it is the healing that takes place. That is the proof. That is the absolute proof that you cry, you weep, you feel it deep in your heart, and you feel better for it. That's life. That is what life is. It's all about learning. And we should take every opportunity we have while we are here on earth to learn about other cultures, to open our minds. The chaos that is going on right now in our country, in the world, is happening for a reason. It's not happening to frighten us, although we get frightened because the media pushes it. It's really happening to push us into a place of spiritual understanding and love, to look for a higher reason, to look for a higher goal. And that's why it's happening, to push us. How much can you take of all this hatred? How much can you take of all this arguing? You want to take more? Okay, we'll give you more. But if you say no more, stop, I'm done. I want to rise above it. I want to understand the higher understanding. Then you begin another trajectory in your life. And that's why I'm talking about life after life.
Yeah.
The people that are dying from all of this chaos are still here. They're watching. They're trying to come back and tell their loved ones that they are not gone. They are here. They do not, I can tell you one thing, they do not want violence in their name. No one does. Once a person passes over and they're in their spirit form and they know what it is, they do not want violence done in their name. No one is doing anyone any good by continuing violence and hatred. We must rise above it. I cannot stress it enough. In everything I do and everything I say, I see it clearly.
What a powerful topic for today, Francine. Very powerful. And, you know, when we sit back and we think about what our role is, I would like to talk about that for a few minutes. Because when people leave, we have this sadness, we have our lives come apart, the pain and the suffering and the anguish from missing them, the guilt and shame, thinking we could have done something further. There is a whole process around that goes on for those that are still here. And I wonder if you could talk to that for a bit, because I don't know that there are too many people that have ever cared for a loved one, especially if it's long-term care, where you don't think, if I'd have only done blank.
Right. So that's an excellent point to bring up, because it teaches us that we should be kind and loving to everyone in our lives. And if someone is in our life that does not want to accept our kindness and our love, we give it to them anyway. We don't have to force it on them, but in our own heart, change your attitude to one of love and kindness from a distance. Let me tell you, I do distant healings. Most of my work is distant, and it works. So our consciousness reaches far, much further than we know. And so send that person love and light, forgiveness. Let go of the judgment. Work on yourself. We cannot work on other people to change them. We can change ourselves, and in changing ourselves, have an effect on the other person. Now, if the person is open, then go. Be with them. Give them all the love and forgiveness that you can in the time that they have left. That is very important. That teaching is to visit the sick is for a reason. When you're with them and you see them in their reduced energy, you feel compassion. And that's the time to forgive, to love, to let go, to honor them as a soul who lived their life as best they could. And that helps the transition. It all helps. Every religion teaches us to pray for the soul of the departed. Well, you know what? Pray for the souls of the ones that are here too. Pray for everybody. Send them love, especially at this very chaotic time. Send prayers to everyone, to the people we hear about in the media, to the people that we connect with on social media, to the people in our lives, even to people we don't talk to anymore. Send that love out from your heart to everyone, to everyone. That relieves your burden, and it helps that other person in a silent way, in a quiet way that we don't necessarily have to see. Our ego thinks we have to see it. We want to know. But we are rising above our ego when we do this kind of work. So I implore each one who's listening to be in that place of love. Now it is more important than ever. And forgiveness.
Wow. What a great show. Francine, can you just take a minute, if you don't mind, and again, tell people how they can work with you directly? I think it's so important that they know that you work with people all over the world, so you can work with people remotely. You know,
yes, I do.
And also when you hear from Rita when she calls in, you're going to be able to work with her as well as her partner. And
yes,
so this is what you do. So what is the best way? First of all, people can go to your website, angelsandlightbeings.com, and they can take a look there. But they can email you, too.
Yes. So please email me. If you have a single thought of doing it, then do it. And that is Spirit talking to you. And it is Francine, angelhealer@gmail.com. And I'll be happy to meditate on it. Usually things come very fast, and we'll have an email dialogue, and I will do my best to help you. And my YouTubes are also really very healing. They're all about information for you that I am putting out there to reach as many people as possible. And so it's a service that I'm offering all free information and healing. When you watch it, you will see the light, you will feel the light. This I promise you. You will look into my eyes and you will connect with me. So friend me on Facebook, and eventually I will have my YouTube channel to give you. And so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, lots going on. Thank you so much for all you do in the world, Francine. Thank you for being an enormous service for so many people. Wow, what a great show. And again, we'll let everybody know in a couple of days of how everybody can tap in to Francine's fabulous new YouTube channel. Francine, really quickly, what's your personal message? What would you like to leave us with?
Whatever we see going on around us, do not take into yourself. Into yourself is only love and light. Bring that love that comes to you from God, our Creator, and God in cosmic language is love, and bring that into your heart center and be in that place. It is so important now to stay centered and be a vehicle for love in the world. That's what the world needs now. It doesn't need more arguing. It doesn't need more I'm right and you're wrong. It doesn't need that. It needs love. Love is the greatest healer. So do that for yourself, and in the process, you will be doing something to benefit the whole world.
Wow, thank you. Francine Vale, everybody. I'm Dr. Pat. Hey, stay tuned. Another hour coming up.
preceding audio was via a Skype call.